After studying several different tenses used for the subject to perform actions, it's now time to familiarize ourselves with a new concept. This is called voice. All the forms that we have studied so far are conjugated into what is called active voice. This means the subject does something, and the action falls upon something or someone else, called the direct object. We should be very familiar with this. For example, the soldier wounds the leader. Miles ducem vulnerat. Here, the soldier is the subject doing the wounding, and the leader is the direct object, who is receiving the wounds. This is extremely clear in Latin because miles is in the nominative case, the case of the subject, while ducem is accusative, the case of the object. We could scramble the words, and because of the endings of those words, the sentence would still be very clear. This is a perfectly fine sentence, and we learned how to use many similar sentences up to this point, but we need to understand that Latin often prefers to reverse the sentence into a construction where the verb is conjugated in passive voice. The word passive is a Latin derivative from the deponent verb patior, pati, passus sum, meaning to suffer. That is because whoever is doing the action in a passive sentence will not be in the subject position. Surprisingly, the direct object will be. To go back to our example, our initial sentence would instead sound like this: The leader is wounded by the soldier. Obviously, only transitive verbs, which means verbs that take a direct object, can be made passive. The intransitives, like all directional movement verbs, will only be able to take the impersonal form. With the meaning being exactly the same, you might wonder, what is the need for changing a construction that seemed to already work perfectly well? The answer is style. Sometimes the passive construction shifts the emphasis to the person or thing that experiences the action, to heighten drama. In other instances, it's because the information about whom is responsible for the action is missing or not as important. The leader was wounded, but nobody knows by whom. In any case, the truth is that the passive voice is embraced by Latin, and we must learn how to accept it and recognize it correctly. On the positive side, the passive construction is not difficult at all. First, the endings of the tenses are rather elementary. The construction is highly intuitive as well. When the direct object becomes the subject, the action doer is placed in a phrase of agency, expressed in English with the preposition by. This noun will go into ablative with the preposition ab, depending on whether the word starts with a consonant or vowel. When the noun is a thing, no preposition is required because the ablative of agent becomes ablative of means. Urbs deletur a graecis, or ab incolis, or igni. The hardest part, believe it or not, is knowing how to express the tenses in English, and so before we go to our Latin forms, let's clarify this with a series of examples. Present. I praise the Queen is praised by me. Or, I am praising the Queen is being praised by me. Imperfect. I was praising the Queen used to be praised by me, or the Queen was being praised by me. Future. I will praise the Queen will be praised by me. Perfect. I praised the Queen was praised by me, or the Queen has been praised by me. Pluperfect. I had praised the Queen had been praised by me. Future perfect. I will have praised the Queen will have been praised by me. Once you are familiar with this transformation, the passive forms will be a cinch, so let's move forward and learn about the present passive system.
Thanks for watching. Subscribe to my channel for more tutorials. Support me on Patreon so I can keep making content. And as always, feel free to email me, ProfessorDaveExplains@gmail.com.